Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo, bringing you your weekly renewal. Today, I have the pleasure to sit with someone who I've been following for many years, Robert Celestial, who is the founder and the president of PARS, Pacific Association for Radiation Survivors. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Claire.
Thanks
for having me.
June 5th is World Environment Day. Now, I think we all could agree that the quality of our personal individual health is contingent on the quality of our environmental health. Those of our viewers who are not familiar with your story, can you just share a little bit about your history?
Yes. Well, I was in the military, and I was stationed in Marshall Islands, Claire. From 77 to 78, we were cleaning up the nuclear waste from 43, well, actually total 67 nuclear weapons that were detonated. So I was affected, 6,000 of us, we were all affected with exposure to nuclear ionizing radiation. So I did
6,000 of you all.
Yeah, 6,000. And in today's video through the National Association of Veterans, 90% of us have passed away. There's only 10% of us still alive. So I did research for Guam, and back in '98, and found out that Guam was affected by nuclear fallout from this testings in the Marshall Islands. And the sad part is that it was kept secret. And so when I did the research, I was so surprised I was finding why Guam was involved in this declassification. So the more I dug into it, I started finding documents about communications between Marshall Islands and Guam. And then I found Lieutenant Bert Schreiber, and he was the chemical, biological, radiological officer on Guam in 1952, and find out that his Geiger counters were going off the scale. And he tried to tell his commander. Commander said, "Go back to your workstation. You can't see anything. You're on a secret clearance. Top secret clearance." So I contacted him and I asked him if he could give me a sworn testimony, and which he did. And then I took that with all the other evidence, and then I got invited to go before the National Academy of Sciences through the BRER Committee, the Board of Radiation Effects Research Committee, and I got invited to testify and give oral and written testimony before this committee. And then they in turn wrote a report in 2005, and they concluded in their report that yes, Guam did receive measurable fallout from the nuclear testings in the Pacific Proving Grounds. And the conclusion is real good because it says that yes, the residents of Guam during that time should be compensated through the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act as downwinders. And so the new bill from Senator Hawley right now is passed the Senate and is now in the House. If they pass it in the House, that bill is different because all it does is give downwinders just $100,000. They took out the health benefits because when they tried to pass in the bill earlier this year, it failed because they said it cost too much.
And let me just ask you, because you have been working tirelessly for 15 plus years.
23 years.
23 years.
Yes.
What inspired you to, first of all, form the different nonprofit organizations and to come out with all of this?
When I was active duty, I went before a medical board and they gave me a full retirement with only 7 years of military service. My comrades, the one with me that was there in Inuitak, a lot of them didn't receive the same compensation. They were suffering. So that's why we fought hard to get us into the PACT Act that was passed last year.
Right.
And so the reason I fight so hard about it is because a lot of families on Guam feel that their health, they don't know why their health has been affected. And so when I tried to prove it in 2001, 2002, our government basically tried to deny that we were exposed to nuclear fallout.
Thank you. I will see you next time on your weekly renewal for part 2 of this 2-part series.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.